The man suddenly heard terrifying screams coming from outside. He hurried to the window to check, and to his shock, he saw a military helicopter crash directly into the building across the street. The scene before him left him stunned. Carefully peering down, he saw everyone frantically fleeing, including his own wife, who was looking around in confusion. Just as Mike was about to call out to her, he noticed his wife and another person pouncing on an old man and starting to savagely bite him. Mike was utterly dumbfounded, not knowing what was happening. Terrified, he quickly retreated to his room. At that moment, a neighbor suddenly barged into his home, pleading for Mike to shelter him, claiming his wife had gone mad and was attacking people on sight. Before Mike could even react, he noticed something off about the neighbor, who seemed to have been triggered by something, and ran straight towards the bathroom. In a split second, Mike spotted a wound on the neighbor's neck. He hastily grabbed a knife for self-defense, just in case. Right then, the television broadcast a shocking news report, revealing that a zombie virus had broken out in the city. Anyone bitten or scratched by an infected person would turn into a zombie within minutes. As Mike reeled from the news, the neighbor emerged from the bathroom, assuring Mike he wasn't infected. But the next second, his eyes visibly turned red. Terrified, Mike threatened the neighbor with the knife, forcing him to leave. No sooner had the neighbor stepped out of the room than cries for help rang out. Mike peeked through the peephole and saw the neighbor being mauled by a horde of zombies. Horrified, Mike slumped to the floor, covering his mouth with his hand. After composing himself, he quickly barricaded the door with the fridge to prevent the zombies from breaking in. He even moved the bedroom mattress to the living room so he could constantly monitor the situation outside. He sealed the windows with newspapers to avoid being noticed by the zombies outside. However, he still underestimated the horror of the zombies. That night, he suddenly heard terrifying noises coming from the bathroom. Mike had a bad feeling. Holding a baseball bat, he cautiously went to investigate. Suddenly, a zombie fell from the ventilation duct in the ceiling. Mike hurriedly hid as the limping zombie wandered around the living room, fortunately not noticing him. Seizing the opportunity, Mike quietly crept up behind the zombie. When the moment was right, he struck the zombie down with one blow. It was his first time killing a zombie. Mike then used a surfboard to block the ventilation opening in the ceiling. Although temporarily safe, Mike would soon face even more severe problems. As time passed, his food supplies dwindled, and the tap water stopped running. At this rate, he'd be trapped and starved to death in a matter of days. 3 more days went by, and the man had consumed all the food in his home. He completely gave up on the idea of survival. After leaving a final message for his parents on his phone, he tore down the newspapers covering the windows and put a noose around his neck. He wanted to die like a normal person. However, just as he was about to kick the chair out from under him, he witnessed an even more shocking scene. In the building across from him, he saw a woman who appeared to be as normal as him. This instantly gave him hope to live on. He prepared to go across the street to find the woman, but he faced an even more challenging problem. The streets were now filled with zombies. How could he break through the zombie horde to reach the other side? The name of this movie is Alive, and it's an excellent zombie film.